Welcome to the McCat Multimedia Series, a McCat analysis of Kenneth Waltz's Theory of International Politics. What determines the ways in which the states behave in the international arena? Kenneth Waltz published his book, Theory of International Politics, in 1979 to propose a scientific vision of international relations. In a discipline once dominated by the disputes over the nature of man, he changed the terms of the debate. Waltz focused on numbers, game theory, and rational calculation. He believed that states cannot know one another's motives, and because there is no authority above states to keep the peace, they fear one another, because any state could attack another at any time. For Waltz, all states share one goal: survival. Waltz believed that state of affairs was the product of anarchy, in the formal sense, meaning absence of government. He also thought anarchy results in a power balancing determined solely by relative military power. Culture, religion, government, they're all irrelevant to Waltz's theory, and communist, authoritarian, and democratic regimes will all behave in the same way because all want to survive. So how can we best understand states' behavior in a condition of anarchy? Imagine a billiard table. It represents the international system. Now, add some balls. These represent individual states. A player takes a shot, and the balls bounce off each other, each affected equally by its contact with others. This is a multipolar system, so called because the mass in the system is equally distributed amongst many balls. Now imagine a new game representing a bipolar system. As well as the equally sized balls, there are now also two huge ones on our tabletop. They represent superpowers, and it's these balls that dominate the whole system. If a player aims a smaller ball at one of these larger ones, it will bounce off without having much effect. But if a larger ball is shot, many of the balls on the table have to move. For Waltz, states are like billiard balls. There is no communist ball, no capitalist ball, no moral or immoral ball. Just billiard balls and their size, reflecting military power. On our multipolar table, the balls all affect one another. Everyone has influence. But in the bipolar system, the mere fact that the bigger balls exist affects what's possible for all the other balls. Players could try to avoid them, play around them, but they can't ignore them. And they can only be shifted if they are simultaneously struck by many of the smaller balls. Waltz's theory helps us to understand why conflict, rather than cooperation, is such a constant feature of international politics. A more detailed examination of his ideas can be found in the McCat analysis.